as concerned with dead air. People can just fast forward if you're watching that. Video on demand. Also, we're live. We are live. Let's see.
All right.
I think it's coming up soon, isn't it? Is that this week?
What is it?
Our packet break stream? I think that's this week.
Oh, I think so.
Should be in my DM to you, but
End of this week sometime, I think. Let me see. I also have it here somewhere.
It's either this Thursday. No, it's next Thursday. I think it's the 30th.
Okay.
I can't look that up while also posting that we're live, though, so I need to do this first. We are live for Tech Talk. And there's no Funko drop this week. It was last week, right? So just whatever. We're live.
Oh, no.
No.
So we don't know what the next Funko is?
I don't know. I haven't looked in their Discord yet today.
It's the mystery week. What up, Least Comic? Fucking keeping me on time. It's yeah, crazy day. Today's also FOMC meeting day. Well, today and tomorrow, and then tomorrow is like the press conference, and I've been waiting for this for like 10 days, maybe. I've been more and more excited this last week to see what the Federal Reserve does with interest rates in the light of all these bank collapses and all that. So tomorrow's a big day. Big market day. Well.
All right, I posted everywhere that we're live. I think. Oh wait, no, I didn't repost on my personal Twitter yet. Did I just repost it? I might have reposted our post on our fucking. That doesn't look cool when you retweet your own tweets the second after you tweet them. Pretty cool guy. I retweet my own tweets immediately because I have cool things to say and I want people to know that.
Let's let the people know.
I do feel like I'm getting slightly better at Twitter. It's taking long enough. But...
Yeah, I'm starting to get Twitter too, where it's like you just like can go into these threads and like it like spans weirdly. I don't know. It's not laid out in a way that like immediately made sense to me, but I'm starting to kind of get the flow.
Part I don't like about Twitter is like there's no moderation. Like you can't delete someone's tweets on your thread. People can just say whatever the fuck they want, which is like kind of why I think people like Twitter, because you can't just like censor people. If they want to like spam crazy shit, like you're the sole reason COVID started, or like I don't know, people can say whatever the fuck they want pretty much. I think there might be COVID misinformation stuff, so that's a bad example. Like they do draw the line in some places, but like for the most part, you know, people could just be like, I fucking hate you, your music sucks, fuck you, and like I don't know, you just kind of have to leave it there. Like you can't take it off your post. So I think that's what people like and don't like it, because like yeah, like if you want to talk to someone, they can block you and not read your message, but everybody else can still read your message. So like if someone's being an asshole to me, I can block it so I can't see it, but the rest of the world can still see it. So I think that's why people like it, because you can't like filter out criticism, basically. Like if people are criticizing you, you cannot see it, but the rest of the world will still see it. Unless you're breaking their community guidelines. I think I'd use bad examples. If you're like literally bullying someone, I think they will take down your post. But like, you know, it's a place where people who have strong difference of opinions can talk and not be censored. I think that is why.
Yeah, because it is so like full of just and it's anyone posting anything. I kind of like lose the thread sometimes when people are like having conversations, because they'll be like in between like a bunch of nonsense.
Me too. I have the hardest time like figuring out, like you have to click on the right one to get on the thread. So like you have to click on the right reply to the original, and then that brings you to the new replies. But if you like don't follow it.
Yeah, but then sometimes people will reply just in the fucking comment chain too, rather than and then it's just like that's where it's
that Elon Musk thing is like super hard, because I didn't pre-break it down and like have all the links. I was trying to find like the thread of the conversations, and it's not super easy.
Yeah.
See. I do think Reddit's like way fucking better for that. Like Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit I like better with like just the.
You can also just like minimize it.
Little trees.
Like, I don't care this thread that people are talking about for like 400 comments after, I can just get rid of that thread and then just keep reading the like.
Yeah, and then just go to the next one down. I like that a lot better too. And I feel like Twitter's almost like that. It's just a worse way of navigating that same thing.
I just think Twitter is the worst version of every other social media. That's why I never got into it. It's like, oh, this is like Facebook, but like you can use less words. Like it's like you're forced to just say less. It's like, okay, why is that better? Like why is taking away my ability to say more things like a better user experience? But for whatever reason, it's the platform that seems to have taken off for that. Yeah, like I never got it because it's like Facebook has a status update. Like I can post pictures and like websites and whatever I want. Like why do I need Twitter to just post like whatever the fuck I'm thinking about? I think that was also before Twitter was really known for like posting video. Like that's definitely like I don't know. Instagram used to be the picture platform. Twitter used to be like under 150 characters typing platform, and then Facebook was kind of like a combination of pictures, typing, and videos and stuff. And like they've all kind of become everything. But like they used to be more like differentiated between. Also, same like Vine was like 15-second clips only. Now it's like Instagram stories and Facebook stories do the same thing as Vine, which is the same thing as Snap. Like they all do the same shit now. But like back in the day, it was just like Twitter was a worse version of the other social medias when it was like pitched to me. It's just like,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I felt the same way, but I also feel like that was just the boomer in me because I guess it did become like crazy popular. And it still is like probably the main place where like stuff breaks originally, like stuff like breaks on Twitter more often, like news wise or updates for
most, like,
games or projects or whatever.
Up to date. Like if the power goes out in my neighborhood and I want to see people talking about it, like when I go on Facebook, even after like an earthquake or something, like there'll be an earthquake and I'll go on Facebook and the algorithm doesn't feed me a bunch of people talking about earthquakes. But like on Twitter, if I do hashtag like earthquake or like geotag Van Nuys after an earthquake, that's all anybody's talking about. So like if you want to like instantly tapped into like what's happening right now, like Twitter is generally much better for finding like shit that's happening.
That's I think. Yeah, that's I think where Twitter like beats the competition. It's just like it seems to be like the front page of the internet more so than Reddit, even though that's Reddit's like mantra or whatever.
Reddit,
Twitter's kind of like the front page.
Random crap than like news. Like Reddit, you're more likely to see like a squirrel playing basketball or something weird. Like you're gonna find more like wholesome, like fun shit. You'll also find like news and stuff, but like I feel like Twitter is more like controversial stuff. Like anything that's like.
I mean, Reddit used to have a lot more of just everything. Like there used to be a lot of like you could have, the range on Reddit was like insane. But these days,
I feel like Twitter specifically has more like polarizing political things, like, which is why people like it. It does well, but like polarizing shit gets the most clicks, so that's why, like, again, as I was saying, like people like using Twitter as a platform to fight because they can't be censored. So like, I feel like the polarizing shit does really well on Twitter. But
yeah, that's true. It definitely does. I feel like that does well like everywhere, which is like when you're making content, like people definitely like put intentionally like the polarizing shit or like accentuate like the mistakes just so that they get that kind of like I guess engagement is or get pushed by the algorithm, you know.
My Reddit feed I feel like doesn't feed me stuff that makes me angry as often as my other social medias. Like my Reddit feed has a lot of like uplifting stuff.
Yeah, but that's just based on what you follow on Reddit, like what subs you follow. Like my Reddit feed has a bunch of like nonsense in it. It's definitely a lot of like fucked up like war stuff and like combat footage and shit like that mixed in with like uplifting.
So a lot of my homepage is just default. Like I only follow two or three subreddits outside of my. So like most of my homepage is just like if you log into the homepage of Reddit, it doesn't look that different if you're not logged in. Like it'll show me a couple of my sub feeds, but I'm kind of on like default homepage Reddit, and in my experience, it's much more positive than any other social media site I log into, which is just like immediately showing.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, Reddit is
like the Wolfpack subreddit, and I'm in like a couple others, and like those are also pretty wholesome subreddits, so they don't really pop up with like angry stuff.
Yeah. I set my mom up, like she wanted to have like a little help with it, so I helped her like set up a Reddit and then subscribe to stuff like eye bleach or like awe or cute animals being funny, animals being jerks, like all the like uplifting things, so that when you look at her feed, it's all just like fun stuff. But if you're like a, what is it, like a red pillar, and you follow a bunch of like insane subreddits, those feeds can be pretty fucked up too. Like on Reddit.
Yeah, that's not what their
But I feel
default.
like it's more curated by you than it is. I think Reddit, the experience is more like you choose what you want to see, more so than on Twitter, where it's kind of like you're just bombarded with all of it.
I like that though. That's what I don't like about Twitter, dude. Like, our Twitter does not follow Elon Musk. I see every single one of Elon Musk's tweets. It's like, did he just buy this company to fucking promote all his tweets to everybody that uses it? It's like, same with like, he made it so if you
Yeah.
pay for Twitter Blue, you're more likely to see your post than not. So people are like, you're literally seeing all the idiots that like paid to verify themselves, and it's like, I don't know. I don't care about any of their opinions, yet they're being force fed to me because they're paying for it. And like, I don't know. Twitter as a platform, I just don't really like.
Yeah,
I'm starting to learn how to
a
use it
little
more,
strange
but
to me.
I'm not on board as far as like if we weren't running a business, there's zero, like I wouldn't be using Twitter outside of the NFC space.
Yeah,
space.
that's kind of like my exposure to it too, is like you have to like, if because you're trying to stay on top of like things, I use Twitter as like a means to an end. But I would 100% not use it just for personal use. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't like it either. It's definitely where shit breaks though. You got to be on Twitter.
Instagram is the only one I use for personal use anymore. Even that, I don't.
Oh yeah, dude. Monosuerte knows what's up. Nature is fucking lit is a great subreddit. That's like a bunch of like really cool like animal encounters or like landscape things. Like that one's a fun one.
What? This painting looks crazy in the top left, where they're painting gold on the end of that case.
Right. There's another one, Monosuerte. It's called Nature is fucking metal. Have you seen that one? Which is like, it's not as uplifting, but it's nuts. It's
the
like,
uplifting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. There's so many fucking subreddits. I definitely follow like an insane range, and like my feed is definitely like a lot of like uplifting stuff, and then also a lot of like not so savory things. But you know, let's see.
What do you think the opposite of afternoon is? That's a song by Unknown Mortal Orchestra, and I never knew what that meant. The opposite of afternoon, does that mean midnight? Like after midnight? Like I don't know what the opposite of afternoon is.
Yeah. Let me see.
Everybody in the chat has an idea of what the opposite of afternoon is. Because afternoon is not noon; it's sometime afternoon. So, like, does that just mean after midnight is the opposite of afternoon? What does it all mean?
Maybe like, I feel like morning is opposite afternoon.
Let's look at the lyrics.
Here, let me see what other subreddits I got up in here, dude.
We are not off the rails today, but I'm going to go off the rails anyway because why not?
Let's see. What are my subreddits that I follow? Public Freakout. That's like there's a few crypto ones. Crazy fucking videos is pretty wild. Unexpected is can be like also a pretty wide range of things. Nature is metal. Awe is like one that's just AWW. It's like for cute animals or just cute stuff. Irrational Madness is
that nobody uses.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember, a random guy came into our community. He was like, "Hey, you guys should have a Reddit." He made a Reddit, transferred ownership to us, and then just fucked off, and nothing's happened to that Reddit since. So I was like, "Cool."
Yeah.
It's a strange interaction, but
what the fuck is this? It keeps popping up my
slash
news
or
feed.
r/neon space or whatever it is we got. Got it.
Myself.
We got 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Evil Buildings is a subreddit I follow. It's like images or videos of buildings that just look like they could be evil. It's a pretty fun one. Instant Karma, that's a good one. It's people doing stupid shit and getting instant karma.
Instant Karma is also a great song by John Lennon. John Lennon.
Oh, there's another one. There's one called Better Every Loop, and that's like GIFs that are just like like short and really intense, like compact, and like they get better every time you see the loop. So that's a good one too.
Do you think instant karma was a phrase before John Lennon said it in the song? Like, do you think that was like a? 'Cause that is like instant karma
Probably,
is
right?
now a thing that people like say out. Like, you're not referring to the song when you say somebody gets instant karma, but like, I don't know. I'm just curious about the etymology of that phrase. Like, did that come from a Beatles song or a John Lennon song, or is that? So I learned that about.
I
Did you
don't
know
know.
Battle Royale, like the game type in a video game, literally comes from the 1996 Japanese film, which I did not know. Like, I was just like, I don't know. It just like never clicked to me that the entire genre of like the most popular first person shooter is just named after that Japanese film. But that what didn't come out until the late 90s. So like Battle Royale was not a phrase people used in that scenario until the late 90s. So like that's not even that like I don't know. It feels like the term Battle Royale should have been around forever for that, but it was not. Like that's a recent invention.
Yeah,
But it's
that
like even
movie's
though
great.
instant karma feels like it should have been around forever, like it literally could have been said first in 1972 or whatever when John Lennon said it. But I also wasn't alive in 1972, so I don't know if people were saying it before then.
I feel like that's got to have been a thing. As soon as you have karma, the concept, I feel like of instant karma follows pretty closely behind that.
I wonder if
Right?
that's a Google term that was like, where did instant karma come from?
Before
Etymology
noon is not. Hold on. Before noon isn't a thing people say though, right? Before noon. That's ridiculous. Yeah, let's see. I want to look at some of the market stuff today because I want to dive into our little our 100 wax investment.
That Google search did not give me any good results. I got the definition of Karen popped up. It's like the definition of a Karen. I was like, what does that have to do with the etymology of instant karma? Like, something got shuffled in Google's algorithm. Yeah, I mean, if you want to just dive into the tech talk stuff, I'm just ranting right now.
I do. I want to do some chart looking, but it'll be like kind of a brief segment of that just because my mouse has been fucking weird. I've been trying to fix it, but
Marcy,
not sure.
breaking mice.
Yeah, she fucking threw it off the couch. But
like, stop using the computer.
Basically, whenever I mouse over any chart, it like moves it to the right automatically. It's fucking weird. See, like if I mouse over this at any point here, it'll start just scooching away from my mouse. It's super weird. I tried turning it off and on and unplugging it and all that stuff. So, all the usual extent of tech repair for like a mouse. I'm exhausted already. But let's look anyway at the chart without having to scroll, actually. So I'm going to go for the 1 week. Here's Ethereum. I'm going to just take off this chart here. And Ethereum seems to be flipping it over to the green on the weekly. It's a little bit stotched out. This is the stotch down here. And then this down at the very bottom is the on balance volume. So we'll reset here and talk about it without messing over it. But yeah, it's stotched out kind of on the weekly, looking for like a possibly like a correction back down to around like 1,500 on Ethereum. Hopefully, if it bounces there, it will then continue up, I'd say. But we're waiting right now for tomorrow's FOMC meeting results. So today and tomorrow, the FOMC meeting is ongoing, and tomorrow the press conference happens, and the Federal Reserve will announce its plans for adjusting the interest rates on the federal level. And that is kind of like what a lot of traders and investors out there are looking for to see what's happening with that, especially in light of all the bank runs and kind of like capital squeeze that's happening in the US dollar markets. Like you saw Silicon Valley Bank and like multiple other banks getting taken over by the Fed and kind of being rescued, the depositors being rescued, that is, not the banks. The banks are toast. So lots of other banks also worried and saying that basically increasing the interest rates would be, putting more strain onto those banks. But at the same time, the inflation reports that we have show inflation is still climbing at like 6.6% or something like that on a core level right now. And it needs to be combated by raising interest rates. And so I expect they're going to raise the rates. They've said in the past that's their plan. How much they raise the rate is kind of up in the air. Probably it's going to be 0.25%. But if it's more than that, that would definitely determine the direction for these markets for the coming month or so. So based on how intense tomorrow's FOMC meeting goes, I really want to look at the charts then. I think it's going to be hard to pick a direction for the coming week before we know all that information, mostly because these charts are starting to look a little bit confusing as far as it's not as clear that we're continuing the bear market trend clearly downward on the weekly chart or on the daily chart lately. But it's also not clear that we're reversing that trend and climbing again. A little choppy here. I'm going to reset and pull. Yeah, there we go. So you can see we're kind of still on the high end of that like range that we've been in for since we initially tanked and hit the floor here with the market. It's kind of been just fluctuating here. And if I turn on the resistance lines that we've drawn, which are here, you can see right now we're in the second, like the top yellow line we just basically hit. So I'll zoom in again. You can see we've been bouncing for a couple of days, toying with that line. It's been the resistance level we charted out earlier, so it is still acting as resistance, hasn't flipped to support yet. And I imagine we're definitely sticking in this range between that top yellow line and the green line below it, at least until tomorrow's meeting. If the meeting results in a really strict kind of increase in interest rates on a federal level, I imagine this market's going to tank along with stocks and equities. So since I can't like move my fucking mouse on top of this, let's move from looking at a chart over into looking at our wax position for the week. So I'm going to start over here on Taco Swap, where last week we kept our liquidity in DeFi in our DeFi wallet here over in Honey, Wombat, and NFTV token. It looks like our Honey position's actually up slightly in terms of wax, while the Wombat position is relatively flat still. But let's take a look at these tokens and what we want to do this week. So first I want to take a look at the week performance of Wombat. So I'll just come here and take a look at the 7-day chart. And it looks like in terms of wax, it had fallen about 5%. So that's we've probably lost like 2-ish% then from our liquidity pool as wax as it fell. You can see here. And then let's see how Honey did over that same 7 days. Honey also had some big news, or has some big like developments this week. We can talk about in a second, but it looks like, oh damn, okay, Honey's up 94%. So we're definitely doing quite well on that position in the pool there. I didn't actually check how much we had last week, but I think we actually reduced last week because we were not sure if the rewards would come back. So this week, the rewards have indeed come back. If we go to meal and go to stake really quick, you can see that there's 51 days now of reward runway left for Honey tokens, and it's actually climbed up to
it's pumping because he announced that you would get 33% of the aftermarket, like the market fees that go through NFT Hive. When you do a wax transaction, 2% goes to the market, 2% goes to tokenomics. So that 2%, 33% of that 2% is now going to people who stake Honey on NFT Hive, which is similar to what Nefty does with the Nefty token. So essentially that's a new use case that did not exist for Honey before. So now you can liquidity mine it, but you can also farm wax with it by staking it to NFT Hive.
Yeah, so you get a cut of all the secondary market fees now on NFT Hive, which the other side of what's happening there lately is that in order to buy Honey from the swap, the liquidity for Honey isn't really that deep. And so a lot of people trying to build big positions in Honey are willing to just wash trade and pay the fees to generate passive reward honey, or not passive, but like to generate reward honey token, since you earn honey on the market by purchasing, and 100 wax spent equals you get 1 honey per 100 wax spent and received. So they're just buying and selling their own stuff back and forth to themselves to farm honey rewards this way, because doing that, less the tokenomics and like collection fees, is still cheaper than buying the amount that they're trying to generate directly from the swap. And the result of that is that all the transaction fees that are spent on the market, doing this wash trading in order to farm the honey rewards, are going to be distributed the following day to the honey stakers. So every time they're pumping these sales into those into those secondary markets, the staked honey people will earn that reward. So that's
also who's
definitely
doing it
another incentive for it to pump.
I don't know if you were saying that, but like verifiably, people are doing that right now. There's 2 collections.
Yeah,
you can see that in the top 2 collections on Atomic Hub, and they're exclusively being wash traded, not by the owners of the collection, by someone who's trying to farm honey. And they admitted to that in the Wax unofficial Telegram. Toon was saying it in our 3 art designs, one of them, and then the other is like some like earthquake relief one. But
you can see it's all these 2 wallets like trading back and forth. This collection, it's like the same wallet.
People might be buying it now because that's what happens when. That's funny. I think ORNLB, that might have been Lord Stoney. It kind of looks like his name. Maybe not. I might be wrong.
Getting sidetracked by Lord Stoney's wallet.
I don't think it is Lord Stoney. It's similar. His is like a pot plant, but it has eyes and a mouth around there.
Yeah, but somebody like you can see.
He also like openly admitted like it's not like shady and happening. I mean, it is happening behind the scenes, but like he's not trying to hide the fact of what he's doing. And Ben is aware of what he's doing. He had a direct conversation with Ben about this. So like this isn't someone exploiting the honey system outside of Ben's knowledge. Like this is, I don't know, like Ben basically broke it down and is like, he can't make money doing this. He's going to lose money wash trading. So like this doesn't really negatively affect honey. And in fact, it's like it's paying fees to the other people holding honey. So like
yeah.
Ben doesn't.
Well, the fact that
like I don't understand why you're doing this, because like there's no way it can go above a certain value, which is basically what Toon said. It can't get above 2 wax because once it gets above 2 wax, you can spend wax to make honey and arbitrage it back down, doing what this guy's doing. So it's basically a built-in defense against honey ever making it above 2 wax. Because if it does, people just do this until it goes down below 2 wax. So that is something to know about honey, is it can't really moon. It's built into it that you can like break the system.
At least at the current rate of how it's being rewarded, I think after honey reaches certain thresholds of like distribution levels, the rewards will be reduced.
That's not. There's no white paper for that yet, but he says he wants it to be sort of like Bitcoin, where there's halvings, where the rewards are halved like every X amount of time. But I don't think that's been written down anywhere yet. So I'll have to talk to him to see if we can.
Yeah, that's true. It's also at 2.6 right now, so that arbitrage opportunity for you to just wash trade, against your own wallets and mint honey to yourself is existing right now. And when that exists, the one thing about that is that if the wash trader, generates like 10,000 honey tokens or whatever by trading, hundreds of thousands of wax back and forth to themselves, they can then stake that honey token and get back like a relatively sizable cut of the fees that they paid.
Strategy. But the DNA asks, is honey worth getting into? I feel like that is within financial advice thing, but I will say I believe it's worth getting into. Not necessarily as an investment, but like the way I would recommend getting into it is the same way that I recommend getting into Nifty, which is when you buy and sell on their marketplace, your Nifty rewards. Same thing for honey. I wouldn't recommend just going and spot trading your way into thousands of honey right now. The distribution is like, we're at the beginning of the distribution. There's gonna be a shit ton more tokens, and generally, as you find with any new token, like as more are distributed, it becomes worth less. And like jumping in now is kind of a dangerous time because a very small amount of the total supply is out there, I think. So I don't know if I jump in like whale in and buying it, but I do think like it's more valuable than Nifty right now. So it's worth like literally just do the math. It's more valuable to go buy and sell an NFT Hive than it is on Nifty
Yeah,
blocks.
because
So
every
I
every
recommend
100 honey you're spending, or wax you're spending, even if it's not like wash trading, if you're just buying collections like you normally do, if you buy 100 wax worth, you get 1 honey, and then you could immediately go dump
so
that
you're basically
honey
getting 2%
for
back on every purchase on NFT Hive.
2.6% back. Yeah, that's like
So yeah, that's like
pretty
way better than
substantial.
what Nifty is. So that's how I recommend, if I'm going to recommend at all that you participate in Honey, is like that is a no-brainer. Go do that because it doesn't cost you anything. You're already buying and selling stuff on marketplaces, and you can earn honey. So that I don't have a problem recommending. Like go buy and sell. What I'm not going to recommend is you buy like 10,000 honey and then stake it, and then you're going to make your money back because I have no idea if that's true. But what I do know is true is if you buy and
Yeah,
sell an
like the
NFT Hive, that's how they distribute honey, and everybody should be participating in that. Just like we told everybody they should stop using Atomic Cup and use NFT or NFT blocks when that happened. So you should be using whatever is the most lucrative. And right now, the most lucrative is NFT Hive, and that's DeFi and decentralization. The best deal wins, and right now the best deal is NFT Hive.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty sweet deal. And then you can also, if you don't like to sell your honey right away, you can earn it that way and then stake it. Like I have it staked here. If you click on your NFT Hive, if you go here on your wallet, you'll see like the honey that you earned. This is where you claim it as well in the claimable honey. So once you've spent 100 wax, you can just click claim and it'll mint into your wallet. And then you can stake it from here. And then as it's staked, it earns, the fees from the market in wax, and then all of the fees also from all the drops that happen on honey. So some of those drops are in different tokens, and that's why you get paid in all those different assets. But you can just claim that whenever you want as well, and you can also unstake whenever you want. There's no like vesting periods for any of that. So it also has that other utility side is you can use it to buy CPU. So you can come here, and then you can type your like either your own wallet or type any wallet name in, and then pay in honey. Check this, and then be like, okay, how many days? Like for the next 5 days, I can rent with 1 honey. You can rent 128 wax
Honey is
steak.
honestly kind of dunking on Nifty as far as utility goes. Like there's so much right now.
Yeah.
Pretty rad. You can get drop fees, you can get aftermarket fees, you can liquidity mine, and then you can also do the CPU thing. So like it's pretty good
Yeah,
built-in
and then
utility per token.
just like before, where we were saying 2 wax is kind of the cap because that's what it costs to mint honey by wash trading. The other side of that is honey. If you don't pay in honey, 2 wax is also the equivalent of 128 wax steak. Would cost me 2 wax if I was paying in wax, and it would cost me 1 honey. So similarly, honey is valued at 2 wax when it comes to what it can buy you in rented CPU. So all of that said, I think back in the day when we were first looking at honey, I was looking at it and doing the math on what I was earning from staking it, and I suggested that 1.4 wax was a good entry price for honey, and that I liked participating. And that hasn't really changed, except for the fact that now when I stake my honey, I earn a lot more, and so that 1.4 like fair market price might change based on what the staking yield is. But I haven't been able to like get enough information, and that information is being skewed by the people who are wash trading, because a percentage like 33% of 1% of all that wash trading gets paid out to honey stakers. So whenever somebody new enters the pool, all that additional wax is dropping for the next day, which is also like, I feel like the better way to do that would be to drop the honey, like the rewards that are generated over like a week versus all at once. Like put them all, like all the fees in real time, paying into like a buffer balance, and the buffer balance paying out over like 6 days, so that you can't do this gaming where like I can wash trade into a bunch of honey and then use my wash trade to like then just participate in earning all those fees back the next day. I would
I'm
have to at least stake for 6 weeks or 6 days.
You see the wash traders farming. Any concern about that still being profitable? You kind of missed. We were just talking about that earlier. It is not profitable for the farmers. Ben went down and he broke down the math. And he's like, this person is not, like, you're losing money if you're wash trading into honey right now. That guy's not making money. So Ben is not concerned about it. Ben is like, do this as much as you want, you're literally just feeding wax to the current honey holders. Like, so it's better for people currently holding honey than it is bad when people are like wash trading 70,000 wax through NFT Hive, because then 10,000 of that wax is going to the honey holders right now. So like, even though yes, that is partially the guy who did it, like it's actually beneficial to the system. And Ben is not like, Ben's aware of who's doing it. He knows who's doing it, and he's not discouraging it because it's not bad for the system. According to
Yeah.
Dev.
So here's kind of the takeaway, right? If you were gonna spend 1,000 wax to buy honey right now, you'd be losing 3.4%.
Type
And
in
this
10,000.
is still,
That's what he's trying to get. He's trying to get
so
10,000
that's the
wax.
thing. Yeah, if you go up to 10,000, there isn't liquidity here. And
And
so if
that's
you
why the guy's
wanted to
doing it.
spend
It's
10,000
cheaper.
wax, yeah, then you can wash trade back and forth like 100 something thousand wax until you get this amount of honey, and you'll have spent around 10,000 wax in the fees. So it's almost like you're buying it by wash trading, but then it only becomes profitable if honey is worth around 2 wax, which right now I guess it is a better deal for somebody who's looking to pick up 10,000 wax worth of honey
That's why he's doing it too.
to
He's
do the
not
wash
trying
trading.
to game the system. He just wants more honey, and it's literally cheaper to buy honey this way than it is to just go
Yeah.
spot trade. He told that to Ben, and Ben's like, okay, I totally understand. And in that case, like, feel free to do that, because all you're doing is pumping numbers through our marketplace and making it better for all the other holders. So it's not really like negatively affecting the system.
So the difference if you had bought 10,000 wax into the market like this, it would bring up the spot price. So the price of honey would climb.
I know you're not talking about the LP and the KY. We're talking about wash trading on the marketplace, and that's how you receive the reward.
You come over here, and then every 100 wax that you spent on NFT Hive, you earn 1 honey. And so if
What
if
we're
you
saying
look at
I'm the
like,
QI is it is cheaper to do the wash trading than it is to just buy honey directly. So that's why the guy's doing it. And it doesn't negatively affect the honey ecosystem. It's actually good for honey because all of the wash trading money is getting paid to the honey holders, because 33% of that aftermarket goes to honey stakers. So 33% of the money that got just wash traded back and forth is being given to the honey ecosystem. So it's actually good for honey holders that he's wash trading a shit ton of money through NFT Hive right now. And it doesn't bother Ben. I can also, if you want to like learn more about this, I can give you a link to the Telegram, and you can just scroll up. They talked about this in depth yesterday. Ben and the guy wash trading went back and forth why he was doing it, and they like did the math of like, but yeah, like they're cool with it.
The thing, you also can't, like, he couldn't do that, because and then end up with like 25,000 honey. You couldn't do that and then drop the honey onto the market either. There just isn't liquidity, or even 2,500 honey, right? Like, this would cost you 10,000 wax in wash trading, and then you'd sell it for half of that if you sold it, because the price impact. So there isn't like a way to farm it and then dump it all either.
Wapaka says it's a bit of a concern. It means honey won't be able to go above 2 wax until all is mined, and that I think is a fair assessment.
That's true, yeah.
And why people shouldn't be aping into it right now, which is again why I'm saying like I wouldn't just go buy a shit ton right now, because like it's probably even overvalued at its current value.
And it's over 2 wax. Yeah, the way to earn honey is definitely just by shifting your NFT purchases to NFT Hive and then earning it for free.
I also just posted a link to this wax channel, and I will say there's a lot of fucking nonsense and a lot of like pissing and dick measuring. Like there's a lot of like ego going back and forth in this chat room, but this is the best chat room for actually figuring out what is happening on Wax for people behind the scenes. Lucas Republic is in there. He's the CTO for Wax. He's literally like the guy coding the shit that we use every day. And he pops in daily talking about stuff. Just a guy who does marketing for Wax is in there. Like they have a bunch of the Wax team in there that doesn't talk on Discord or any of the other chats. So like, I don't know, like Just a Guy came in there, and yesterday Just a Guy who's on the Wax team found the wash trading. Then Ben from NFT Hive was talking to him, and then the guy who's actually doing the wash trading responded to both of them. So it's like you literally see like everything be happening behind the scenes is being talked about like publicly and transparently. So like for me, that chat is the best chat on Wax for that, and it kicks the crap out of any Discords because the Wax team is actually in there. But I will let you know in advance that like there's also people that come in and just have like personal arguments and name calling for like 3 hours straight. So you have to sift through all that crap to find the relevant conversation. So it's a very strange chat. There's a lot of just angry flaming and name calling, but then there's like some really, really useful information that pops in between all that stuff.
Nice. But yeah, I think all of that said, I do say again.
I said piss measuring instead of dick measuring.
Oh.
It's a pissing contest and dick measuring. That's what I was trying to say, right? They mean the same thing.
Yeah. So the other thing I want to check is for our wallets on DeFi Box, where we have the rest of our hedge. Let's take a look at that.
What is a pissing contest? What's the etymology of that word? Were there actually contests where people were like could see who could pee more?
I don't know. It's just
phrase
maybe
right
it's just so. Oh wait, this is not. This is my first FDW wallet. Maybe it's just such a ridiculous concept that it's like that's like the thing. It's like a hyperbole. It's like, why don't you just go have a pissing contest?
When I typed pissing contest into Google, you get a lot of porn. I'm just going to let anybody know that if they're trying to find the etymology of that word. Type etymology first, or you're going to get a lot of porn.
You still get a lot of porn.
Right, oh, okay. It's on Wikipedia. We got a Wikipedia for this. Sorry, I'm going off the rails, but I need to figure this out, or my ADHD brain will not.
77 wax. Okay,
a pissing contest, pissing duel, or pissing match is a game. Oh my god, this is real. This is like blowing smoke up your butt. It's the coolest thing I've read in a while. It is a game in which participants compete to see who can urinate the highest, the farthest, for the longest, or the most accurately. Holy shit. Although the practice is usually associated with adolescent boys, women have been known to play the game, and there are literary depictions of adults competing in it. Since the 1940s, the term has been used as a slang idiomatic. But apparently this is a real thing. It was a competition to see who can urinate the farthest and highest. As any contest which is futile or purpose. Or that's what it means. But
farthest and highest. Wow.
I don't believe this is real.
I feel like I could do that. I'd compete.
Alexander Pope included in a pissing contest as part of the Dunsley Games book, the Dunciad, in 1728.
Drink.
Okay, well, you learn something new every day, guys. That's why you watch Neon.
Yeah, we'll have to have a pissing contest one of these days.
Max will teach you about tokenomics and DeFi stuff, and I will teach you the etymology of strange phrases that we use.
Yeah, let's bring it back to DeFi for a second here, though. So what we're going to check in on the 100 wax investment we've made. Over on Taco Swap, here's what we're into, and then over on DeFi Box, it looks like we still have our position in Box Wax, and then of course our hedge in Wax USDT, which this was 50 wax, so we're a little bit below the hedge price. But I feel like we should leave this alone anyway, just because the markets are unclear and we're waiting for that clarity at tomorrow's FOMC meeting. And now Box Wax, the reason we like this pool is because of the arbitrage opportunity that exists between the two blockchains that Box trades on. So let's see how that opportunity exists currently. Box is trading for $1.73 on Wax, and then if I toggle up here over to EOS chain, it looks like Box, $1.96. That's still pretty substantial. So as long as this gap between EOS chain and Wax chain exists, I'm interested in staying in that liquidity pool. And so for now, I think I'm going to leave that liquidity alone. I'm going to jump back to the Wax side here. Oh, it's open over here already. And let's see. So we have 77 wax. Damn. Not bad. That's definitely come up a little bit. So what we're going to do, though, is claim the mining rewards from DeFi Box, because for having liquidity within that pool, we should be earning Box tokens. I'm not sure why they weren't showing up, so let's try one more time. DeFi Box is a little janky sometimes in my experience. So like I know I should have mining rewards here, even though I don't see them. And a way that I have found to work around this is if you just change the node that you're connected to. Like I'll just switch to Ukraine for a second and then jump over to mining. There it goes. Now it updated. So sometimes whatever node you're on for whatever reason is like not able to synchronize correctly. And that's a easy workaround there. So that's that. I'm going to claim these rewards. And since I'm already I'm comfortable in this pool, I don't know if I want to have to add to it. I'm probably just going to take the box that I just earned and swap that into Wax. And then I'm going to jump back over to Taco Swap because I don't think I'm going to be adding or removing anything from either of these pools
has a question
for this week.
Box token Max. He asks,
sure, yeah.
Is the better play to buy Box directly rather than the LP?
Better play in terms. So the reason that I'm doing the LP here is because my goal is to end up with more wax, not more Box or not more US dollar value. And so for those reasons, I'm expecting, because Box token is mostly liquidity paired with US dollar tokens, not just on the EOS chain, but also on exchange, like centralized exchanges, where its base pair is USDT. Because of that, I expect it to kind of hold its ground as far as its value in dollars versus the rest of the crypto markets if the crypto markets turn down. And so, because on the Wax blockchain, most of the Box liquidity is base paired against Wax, as Wax drops in price, the gap between the value of Box tokens on Wax and on EOS should increase even further and incentivize traders or arbitrage seekers to fill that gap by, buying more Box here with Wax and making the Wax side of this pair increase. But again, the better move, if you're trying to keep exposure to value of dollars, would then be to hold the Box tokens, most likely on a centralized exchange where you can exit into dollars, or on EOS where there
That's
is
actually a good pivot real quick into
liquidity.
Boulder Magic asks, is there a market order for Box tokens? I can quickly say there is not on the Wax blockchain, but there is on the EOS blockchain, because EOS has DeFi Box, but then there's also, do you remember the name of the parent one? Like there's a different market. It's like Nudex.
Yeah, let's see.
Nudex.io, I believe, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can you go to Nudex? Can you look it up?
Let's see.
It should actually be, if you go in the bottom, it's like linked to this page. Like Nudex is associated with the EOS version, not of this one, of the EOS version of DeFi Box is linked to it.
Yeah, this is the EOS version.
I can't see because your screen's blocking it, but what does it say when you bring down that tab at the bottom? Like the settings tab in the top right? Is there a link to Nudex somewhere? I can't see. If not, just type nudex.io. This is taking way too long.
Yeah. Nudex spelled how?
Newdex, like new Dex. I don't know if it's .io though. You can just Google that and it should show up. But these are the people that made. These people have ownership in DeFi Box. See, like how DeFi Box is linked on there. I thought that's how Nudex was. Like I thought you could get.
I see. Yeah.
But this is essentially the market, like the market version of the swap that is DeFi Box.
Same issue with this.
So these have markets for everything that. So I believe Box is on here, right? Yeah, you can do market.
Oh yeah.
So this is how you do it through DeFi, and then centralized exchanges have market trading, but there is no market trading on Wax. But there is on EOS if you're interested. Nudex also.
Yeah, this is you can make limit orders like on Alcor basically here.
Nudex is not the people who made DeFi Box, but DeFi Box is a fork of the code of Nudex, and Nudex has ownership of the DAO of DeFi Box. So like in order to use their code, DeFi Box gave Nudex like a portion of their like DAO. Like they gave them a bunch of Box tokens, so they have like majority ownership of the DAO or whatever. So I don't totally understand how that deal worked, but like it became pretty obvious when I was digging into it that like DeFi Box isn't their own thing. They didn't build their own shit. They took everything from Nudex, and because they took everything from Nudex, Nudex has large percentage ownership. But that made me less bullish on DeFi Box because they didn't build any of their own shit. Like the Nudex team basically built their stuff, and then they just ported it over to Wax and BSC. But like that's why there haven't been really any updates to the code on DeFi Box since it's launched on Wax, because the people that built it aren't the people that's running the project. They run Nudex. But that's my understanding. Also, just your sleuthing and stuff. Like I don't have in writing or anything that happened. I just saw that like Nudex, their initial distribution of Box, a very large portion went to the Nudex team. That's all I like. All these conclusions I'm drawing from that. That I did see in writing.
Oh, here you go. And then here's USDT base pairs, so there should be Box as well for this.
But I will say the other part of speculation that they don't have any developers on Wax. But also, what have they developed on Wax? They've been on Wax for over a full year at this point. So I feel like that speculation isn't that reality.
Yeah, and so we're only trading the box token here, not necessarily for the mining reward, but just for the arbitrage. Because the arbitrage opportunity exists, I'm going to stick around in this pool a little bit longer. And the mining is not too bad on the side of that. But yeah, and then let me jump back over to Taco for the rest of our position. So let me just do the math really quick. We have 7, so this is 100. Oh, it's almost 50. Let's see. So 120, like 126 wax on DeFi box. And then on Taco Swap, we also need to claim our rewards. So here's what we earned this week. Claim those, and then let's see, what do we want to do with them? Checking back onto the liquidity positions I'm already part of. I still like all of these. I kind of want to re-enter back into the honey one, but like we were talking about earlier, the honey token seems to be a little bit above what the like general market value should be, which we're gonna target around 2 wax. And so I'm not sure it's a great idea to just stack a bunch of like honey or to try to buy a bunch of honey now to get into here, but it is nice to see it's doing 180% APR almost. And I think, so
as we said earlier, it's 100% worth using the market to get the rewards, but it's risky to enter a position.
It's definitely risky to buy it this way.
Also, to answer DNA really quick, he said, "Did you guys open your cryptoys yet? The Masters of the Universe." I do not believe, unless Max is doing it behind the scenes without telling me. Neither of us bought that drop. I was interested in that drop. I just missed it. We covered that drop maybe like 6 months ago, like when it was supposed to be happening. We're like, oh, like cryptoys looks cool, and they're supposed to like build a game that you can use your cryptoys into. So I'm actually interested in that project, but I missed it. So if you bought one, DNA, definitely like post the screenshots in our Discord. I'd like to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I want to see those. Fucking what you pull. I have to scoop one on the secondary market now.
Like they were at Comic-Con, they had a big booth and they were like advertising, and so it's like, oh, it's free stuff. Yeah, we registered. I did register for that, so I should have. Can you put a link to that in Discord? Like, I just stopped paying attention to that project. But if it's free, what did they email it to me? Would I have it in my email? Now I'm interested. I'm in. I'm back in.
Let's see. I'm going to take the rewards that I earned this week, and I'm going to swap just like 1.2 wax into honey and compound into the honey pool. That's the pool that's currently has the most like buzz around it. I feel like if we do lose the value of honey back down, it's just going to have my wax buying into more honey, which I'm okay with for now, especially since I'm still a big fan of the honey pool, and especially now that they have their rewards back up for 50 days. I'm definitely interested here. I don't think I'm only buying honey right now with rewards that I earned from the week. I'm not like shuffling from any other position into honey because honey is too expensive at the moment in my taste here. But I am going to compound all the rewards from this week into the honey pool. So let's do that.
I don't see an email for cryptoys. I might have also screwed up the registration. I swear I signed up for that, though. I at least signed up for like the first step, where it's like sign up for a mailing list. But if I had to do anything beyond that, I probably didn't do it. No results for cryptoid, mate. No. Damn free stuff that I don't get unless I signed up for it on a different email.
FOMOing that, dude.
No, I don't have emails. Whew.
All right. So after compounding the rewards into the pool, we have this as our position moving into next week. We're sticking with the Wombat pool for now, compounded into the honey pool, and still riding the NFTV token pool as well. And then this amount of wax is totaling 102.8-ish, almost 103 wax. Again, we started with 100. And then if we add the 126 that we have over on DeFi Box, we're now at a cumulative value of 228. And I do believe we have staked some honey tokens a long time ago. I'm not sure if we ever unstaked those. Let me log into our wallet here and find out. But even if we don't have these honey tokens, being at 228 wax feels pretty good for starting with 100 and being at it for less than a year. But let's see. So I logged into this wallet. If I go to my wallet here. Oh, yeah. So I do have some staked honey. And look at all that yield that we got for this honey. So since we've been staked here for a while, this is just collecting all these other tokens for us. It's pretty cool. Also, you know, just one honey token staked. I have 0.1 wax here. And I think we actually kept this honey token here back when it was worth 0.6 wax. So it is earning, it's easily earning its keep here. And having long hodled in the stake pool on honey has definitely seen quite a return. I'm just going to let this ride. It's fun to see what one honey token does over time. So let the ball keep rolling here. So kind of cool. But with this one extra honey, I guess we're almost at 230-ish wax in value then, because this is another 2.6 and we're at 128. So not bad. Team DeFi on wax, doing it right. Fuck yeah. I think that's all I wanted to talk about as far as doing DeFi, messing with our positions, and then looking at what was happening with the honey token. I think that's kind of like the big thing happening that people are like chatting about in several communities is that, you know, there's this amount of wash trading happening, and you see people, you know, moving 200,000 wax through a collection that has a lifetime volume of 200,000 wax, and all that volume, you know, happened here yesterday when one person was farming this collection because of its 1% market fee. So they were able to, you know, farm some honey. And then there's some other collections that actually have 0% fees that are also being farmed pretty aggressively. So it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out. What that's doing is feeding rewards into our staked honey position in the form of wax, but it's also increasing the supply and the distributed supply of honey tokens. And so over time, unless our honey position grows in our stake there, we're not necessarily going to keep up with our market share of how much of the aftermarket we are getting cut in on. But that also is, you know, an ever-changing target as the volume on that aftermarket changes. So as honey, and by extension as NFT Hive, is kind of starting to kill the game a bit here and pull more people to trade on their market, more people are going to, you know, chase the honey rewards, but also the rewards are going to be higher for everybody as more people trade on NFT Hive. So,
do you want to pull up some Masters of the Universe stuff as everybody in the chat is talking about right now?
Yeah. Which one is that's let me look it up.
The link is in our Discord. That it's like the most recent post in the general channel of the Neon Space Discord. If you just click it, it should pop up.
Ooh, let me find that then.
I also have to go to the bathroom. I got to drop a deuce. So I will be back in maybe 5 minutes, everybody. I'll probably be lurking on my phone, but
let's see. Cryptoys.
I guess Max.
Oh, this is the thing. We missed the fucking.
I'll be right back. Oops. I just
free drop for. Ooh, drop coming soon. Let's see. What is this? It all started at On-Chain Studios with just a few questions. What would a toy company look like if it was built from the ground up as a digital first and NFT native? Okay. I'm still on board. Cryptoys. Built from the ground up, bringing a whole new meaning to the world. Okay. It doesn't let me click play yet, though. Hold on, I want to see what's going on here. Okay. Cute little characters. Hold on, I want to see this too. Sorry, you're going to have to me while I watch. Get familiar here. We gotta smoke while I watch this. This guy's doing his best Orson Welles voice. Yeah, that's totally an Orson Welles impression, I feel like. Oh, no. The scary door. Okay. That was like a launch trailer. That was pretty cool. It looks cute. So far, I'm still on board. Welcome to the cryptoverse. Okay. But, oh, here we go. The Master of the Universe. Now I'm catching up. Gotta find out what's going on here. Oh shit. E-Man. Where's fucking Skeletor? Oh, there he is. Hell yeah. Okay. Now let's see. Where do I get one of these? Unbox your cryptoys. Uh-huh. Oh, we're already familiar with the surprise pack experience on the blockchain over here at Wax, but that is cool to see other like companies get into the pack opening kind of stuff. Collect them all. Okay. Where did you get a free one? Fuck, I want one. Let's see, sign up. I'm gonna sign up here with Google. Ugh, what? It's making me sign in. Fuck. It would make me sign in, huh? Damn. Hold on, I'll figure this out. I gotta check over here on the comments and see if you have any tips on how I can get a free thing here. 1 second. You know what? I'll just leave it up and you can see the infinity screen. Oh, don't sign up. I'm pretty sure 6 months ago. Okay, DNA. Where do I go now though to get myself a free cryptoid, or did I just miss it? It was because I should have signed up a while ago and I should see it in my email somewhere. I feel like I do remember this. The like cryptoid stuff. I remember this. Like the artwork. I definitely remember watching that initial launch trailer as well. Let's see if I come up here to collect Masters of the Universe. Let's see if I can get
back, everybody.
I'm trying to find out. I feel like there's no way I can get one of these for free, right? I mean,
People are saying the sound for the trailer didn't work.
oh, motherfucker.
It's because remember we had to turn off your sound because Big Time was.
I thought I did that.
You have to just go to voice meter and pop on that other.
Oh, right.
Thing if you want people to hear it.
Let's see. But are these guys available right now? No, it says notify me. So those are coming up. It's like a Skeletor. But no.
Do you want to replay it with sound? So people can hear it.
Yeah, let's see. Hold on.
Isn't this what Sully was mentioning yesterday if you went to ECCC? I believe it is, yes. Poppenstock was saying this team will be on Sully's stream later today. So if you'd like to learn more about this project,
nice.
directly will be on Sully's stream. So shout out to CS Sully, the Nerds Unite community. We're big fans.
Yeah, let's see. Wait, which thing do I need to turn up in voice meter? I thought
virtual input needs A and B selected. You deselected it so it wasn't shooting.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it should be.
But now you want your computer volume to be shooting into the stream because we're looking at your computer.
Gotcha. Let's see. Show me if you can hear it now. If I play it here.
No. We can't hear it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
We can't hear it. Let me just play it on my computer. I'm pretty sure I know what you did wrong at this point. Your input's probably wrong on StreamYard. It's probably just your mic and not voice meter. But I can just play it.
It's such a let's see. I mean, I'll check. I feel like there's no.
You can't change that from midstream, I don't think. I'll just do it. Cryptoids. All right. I'll sign up for this too, though, because I actually want these. It's probably too late for the free thing, though, right? Teleporting.
Yeah. I do want to sign up though. I like that little space cat intro. But we definitely saw this a while ago. I feel like maybe I
we showed this on stream, and I swear I signed up for whatever email list there was back then, but I didn't apparently. But I was actually interested in this when they.
Fractal Falls, Montana, 1981. On a calm and unassuming night, something strange was about to go down at the on-chain arcade. The arcade.
This is super like Twilight Zone intro-esque.
Yeah, it reminds me of the scary door from Futurama.
You know the name of the guy who does the voiceovers? Somebody in the chat will know it, but sounds like that dude. Throw out his name in the chat. Shout out to intro guy from Twilight Zone. I freaking love those intros though.
Imagine if you will. That guy.
I feel like if someone's going to troll me, they're just going to say Jordan Peele. Because he does the new ones. All right, here we go. Back to the trailer.
Grand opening. The universe shifted, causing a temporal anomaly to open up a portal to another dimension. The vortex's gravitational pull sucked in everything in its path, including the arcade's flagship new game, UFO Escape. Transformation started to occur. Our characters found themselves on a journey through a sight and sound of ones and zeros. In the midst of a chaotic and unstable environment, a lone puzzle cube appears, and with it the promise of safety. But something catches his attention, and hope is evaporated. In a vacuum of space and time, looking for anything to latch onto, his masterful display of parkour skills and abilities came to an abrupt end as he was knocked out and flung into the void.
These animations look really good. Like, this doesn't look like a budget slap together trailer. Like, sometimes you can kind of tell when people have money or not based on the trailers for this stuff. Like, compare this to the Farmer's World launch trailer, which felt like a fever dream with some guy with like a super thick accent, like speaking over stock footage. That's not what this is. This is like a fully produced movie trailer. This shit rocks.
Yeah.
Right,
this is
but as one
unsolved mysteries.
ends, another begins. Our hero awakens in darkness, surrounded by familiar yet upgraded faces. The faintest glimmer of light shines through a crack in the door, inviting them to open it. To a whole new world of possibilities.
Looks dope, dude. God, I'm back in. Like, we already saw this trailer, and I was so fucking in when I saw it the first time, and now I'm like...
I know. I just saw it a second time. I'm still fucking into it.
This is the trailer that you were trying to watch, though.
On sale now, Cryptoys digital action figures, new looks for your favorite heroes and villains, and a whole new way to collect and play inside a new world of toys, games, and fun. Digital toys on sale now. Each sold separately. Max spend up to 5 Cryptoys per purchase. No assembly necessary. Batteries not required. Only available at Cryptoys.com.
I like the batteries not required. That's a fun.
Yeah, batteries not required.
Yeah, I haven't been following this project, but it says it launched last year. There was a sale last year. So, like, can we play games with these dudes? Like, are they out? All right, here's a roadmap. Let me turn on some music too. Cryptoys Classics airdropped. Origin Story trailer revealed. 30,000 first editions. Our gaming engine launched. Mattel Cryptoys released. These 2 initial mini games launched. Binary Dust utility token. Third-party marketplace support is taking functionality. So if we made it there, it doesn't even say like dates on any of this stuff. Like, I understand there's.
I'm not sure.
I don't know how far we are into the roadmap. I kind of like, if I'm going to be honest, I actually don't like the Masters of the Universe as much as like these don't look as cool to me as just the cats. Like, I kind of like these like foxes and animals and stuff. Like, I'd rather just buy the zoo animal. And I guess the cubes are like the packs. Like, you unbox your cube and then it gives you different rarities.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I can log in.
And they have different stats based on the rarities. Let's see if I can sign up.
Right.
You can just sign in with your Google account like a wax ball. It doesn't seem very hard. Just for 1 second, I'm going to not type my birthday on the screen. That seems like a security risk, of that unnecessary security risk, having people know what I type in here. Yeah, you can just sign in with your Google account, then you just type in your name and you make it.
I did, but it won't let me click the finish button.
Did you agree to the terms and conditions?
Sure did.
I guess I don't even need to give him my last name. User is PolishDog90 if anybody's trying to friend me there. And PolishDog90 everywhere. Yeah, it just worked for me. I click finish.
Okay. Try again here.
Rod Serling from the original Twilight Zone. That's what I was thinking. I thought it was Sterling, not Serling for some reason, but I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. So how do I see, like, can I still go participate in drop?
I don't know. I'm looking for the sale now, too.
I don't really know how this interface works yet. We're figuring it out.
I don't know. Let's see. Share your screen again. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Why not?
No, you are. Sorry, I was looking at a outdated version.
Where's the marketplace? There's no marketplace either. The marketplace is not yet. So I'd say phase 2 of the roadmap is not done yet because phase 2 has launched their own marketplace. I can say notify me. I'm subscribed to drop notifications, but I don't even see like ways to find drops. So it's just this coming. That's it.
The ad said is now on sale, but it doesn't seem to be.
Strange. It says visit the collect page to learn more, and then the collect page just says like more information coming soon. So no information. Yeah, I'd say they're only at phase 1 because phase 2 is third-party marketplace support.
All right. Well, at least now you know you have an account and you can pay attention.
Wait, actually, Yeah, I believe we're in between phase 1 and phase 2. The thing I don't like is there's like staking for token and stuff, and like all that just seems unnecessary. Like, just give me a cool toy that I can play with in games. I don't need all the extra tokens and staking and stuff. It's my experience that doesn't end well, like for any games. And then you just have to balance a bunch of crap in an economy that you shouldn't have to balance. But I wouldn't buy these as like a money printing device. I would just buy one to play for fun, and then I guess if you get lucky and you get a higher rarity that prints more tokens, good for you. But that's not why I would get into this stuff. Yeah, currently there's no marketplace. You can't buy them. There's no drop, so there's not really a way to engage with this project right now that I can find. The only thing you can do is notify me.
Well, I guess DNA's just got the inside scoop to these ones.
I like this guy though. This white and gold looking guy.
Yeah, I think that's like the mythic or the like grail or whatever. It's like one of the rarest
I'm
ones.
actually more interested in the other set though. I wonder like how do I get those? Is that drops over?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no marketplace, so you can't even buy it on the marketplace.
I have to watch Sully's stream later and see what they say. Maybe they're not out yet.
No, they're definitely out. This drop already happened. It happened last year.
Huh. Weird. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh well. Well, now I'm notified, so hopefully I can actually get an email now that I'm signed up. But sounds like Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries. That's what Max was saying.
Yeah. Right.
Unsolved Mysteries is, if I'm being honest. I don't think I've ever seen that. All right. Can you still sign up for crypto toys? I mean, I just signed in right now, or Boulder Magic.
Yeah, that was like the first one.
And I click notify me for the next drop, but I won't really know until the next drop, I guess. But it's free to make an account, so why not? Like, that's my email. I didn't use like my main email. I use my email that I use to sign in for all crypto stuff and spam notifications. So that's my gaming / crypto / like anytime I don't really care spam email.
Yeah, I'm willing to sign up for an email. Like that seems like a pretty decent commitment I could make.
I'll pay like $20 for one of these things. Like if I can get a pack for like $20 and then I can play games with just one of them, I don't need to buy like a million of these things or be a whale. But I wouldn't mind just like having one just to like be a part of the ecosystem, like as a for fun project, not a I think I'm gonna make money off of this project. At the end of the day, I like playing games for fun. Like, I don't need to be financially incentivized to play a game. I played games my entire life for fun. In fact, I paid money to play the games, and I give money to other people to play games. I don't expect to get money back most of the time. So
that's
just
insane.
being able to own stuff within a game is a cool enough utility to me. So if they have like a cool game that comes out and then they have collectibles within them, that's 100% up my alley as someone that like actually enjoys participating in stuff for fun and not just trying to make money.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be fun. It's nice to see a bunch of like other games too. I've been digging big time, seeing people like crushing it. I'm fucking feeling like FOMO, like how my character is getting left behind. I'm only like level 17 or something.
In what? Are you talking about big time?
Yeah. I was saying, like, it's nice to see all these like more developed games coming into the NFT gaming place. Like big time. Yeah. And then I've seen like DNA
also
posting about it.
Drops released a new thing. I've been meaning to, maybe this Friday I'll show up Dead Drop, but it's a project that I bought into that I tried to tell everybody else to buy into, but nobody else did except me. But is now like one of the best NFT games out there. Turns out like I'm actually kind of good at calling this stuff still. Shook my confidence a lot after getting fucked by Uplift and Green Rabbit and Wax Arena like 3 or 4 projects in a row. But now that I'm doing more due diligence and researching things, I'm actually buying into projects that are releasing games. And like that beta pass I bought for $50 is now worth $500 too. Like you can't buy into Midnight Society anymore. People hiked up the price to the point where I would not recommend buying into it at its current price either. So like,
yeah, it's a good time to sell maybe.
I actually might because they're selling.
Ooh, excuse me.
Oh shit, he's live right now. Let's watch. Let's watch another live streamer while we're live. Oh wait, no, he's not live. It's just called live. What if I can like? What a shitty way to like title your stream. Like it's the name of this thing is called like the live button, so it looks like it's live when it's not.
That's fucking tricky.
This is dead drop though.
Oh, this is the game.
Yeah, I think it's PvP now, so I need to install it. I wasn't playing it because it's basically a tech demo where you're just doing target practice, and I was like, I'm not interested in shooting targets as a game. Like that's not a game that I'll ever play outside of the NFT space. So it's basically a tech demo, but I believe now there's like this is live on the internet and he's playing against other people. So now that there's PvP, I'm like, even though it's bare bones, like there's not really like texture on the walls or anything. You can see it's very like actually there's texture, but like obviously like the level design and everything isn't done. But the fact that you can play against other players, I'm like that now. I don't see anything.
Yeah, let's see this guy fight. Is he gonna find someone? Oh, there you go. Missed though.
Oh, what if he's like 1v1ing something right now? It seems like
Definitely looking over his shoulder and shit.
yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try to fast forward until. Oh wait, there's your guy.
Oh, there he is.
It actually looks pretty sick. This guy's also a very good gamer. Like,
Yeah, I feel like this guy's like he's really watching his flank and shit in a way that I probably wouldn't.
I mean, he's a professional. He's not like a professional competitive player. He's more of a streamer, but like most streamers that play video games, you know, as a full-time job are pretty good at them. I wish there's more people though, because it's pretty boring. Like watching
Yeah,
just hide.
Just a high
It's like
intensity
66
one-on-one.
rock, but it's like him just hiding from a single guy. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have access to this, so I can get in. They also started selling they're selling new access passes. You can now buy it's not one of 10K avatars, which is what I have, which costs more. But because people hiked up the prices so much for that, people can't access the game anymore. So now they're selling a separate access pass for much cheaper than the price of the avatar. But I don't think it gives you a custom avatar when the game.
We haven't created key bindings yet. We only have default key bindings. I'm used to using crouch on controller and interact.
Oh, he's playing with a controller?
But the game looks pretty solid.
Well, we should log into it and try it from your see how you could stomp on some people.
The other thing is this will be free to play. Like the early access costs money, but like only if you want to beta test this shit should you be paying for it right now. Which also like I don't know, it doesn't look like a lot of people are playing this. And it's like you're probably gonna if you beta access this, log in and there's 0 people playing online. Like unless this guy's streaming. Like this guy has a bajillion followers. He's streaming and people know he's playing, so he can get people into the matches. But like the same issue with Forge Arena, if there's no active players, you can't play this game because it's like a multiplayer arena game. So I don't know if I'd even recommend buying beta access. Like I can also try it out and report back because I'll know if the servers are active and stuff after I play. But I do. This is one of the projects I've been watching for a long time.
Yeah, this is Dead Drop. Lewis has early access to this, but we haven't tried it ourselves yet.
I have the early access pass, and then I also didn't notice my face is just blocking Dr. Disrespect. That's pretty funny. I'm like,
Yeah.
screw his face, look at me. But yeah, this is Dead Drop, and if you don't know, Dr. Disrespect, he's the guy playing it. He's a professional streamer. Before he's a professional streamer, he was a map designer for Call of Duty. So for Call of Duty 3, he was helping design the PvP maps. He's very good at PvP level design. And then because of that, the one of the heads of the studios was the head marketing guy for Call of Duty. And then the other part of the team came from from Halo Infinite. So half of his dev team worked on Halo Infinite and the other half worked on the Call of Duty series. I'm also
Good
gonna
luck.
mute him.
Oh, you watched this last night? Yeah, it looks cool. It looks like a pretty like competitive game. I feel like this would be really fun once it's free to play. I'm definitely on board.
Yeah, this is also made by a guy who makes competitive FPS levels. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this isn't just a bunch of random people that have never made an FPS before trying to make an FPS, which is a lot of what you see in the space. People who have no
Yeah.
business making games. This is literally people that made Halo Infinite and Call of Duty. Like some of the like, I don't know. Halo Infinite is like the best selling. It was a free game and like isn't the most popular Halo game, but like they make good AAA games. They're not just like a bunch of randos that have never made first person shooters before. So as far as like me, I was willing to pay $50 to get into this. So it's like they will release a decent game. Like this isn't gonna just like rug pull and be nothing. And it's turning out to look pretty good. So like I'm happy that I gambled on this and it's turning out all right because I gambled on a lot of other things that didn't turn out. But again, like part of my new due diligence for buying into projects is can the team deliver what they say they're going to deliver? And you do that by researching their resumes. And these guys delivered a shit ton of really good fucking AAA games. So I was like, if anybody's going to deliver a good first person shooter in the space, it's going to be these guys because they actually have done that before. I play Halo Infinite. Yeah. Halo Infinite is fun. I played the shit out of Call of Duty 3 on my Xbox. Like that shit rocks. So if these guys are responsible for that stuff, then hell yeah, I want to play an NFT game made by them compared to like a bunch of crypto bros that are hiring third-party devs that are like making flash games, which is what's happening on Wax. Like even like I was talking to Max about Music Mogul last night. The Wax team has hired 2 separate dev teams and I now spent 3 months making broken games. Like that's not what's happening over at this company because they're hiring real developers. That's what you need to make real games. So like, I don't know. It's too late to buy into this at the price I bought into. So I feel bad saying I told you so. You should have bought in. I don't think you should buy in right now. But like, I don't know. Invest in the team as much as the project, and the team behind this project is a legitimate team.
Yeah, and they also have like a community that's
like this loadout screen. That shit I think is going to be NFTs in the future. How he has like those helmets and those guns and stuff. Like you're going to be able to find NFT skins in the game, and then you'll be able to equip them in your loadouts. And you don't need to have an access pass for that. That's the thing where it's like the access passes you're getting now are probably going to do nothing when the game actually comes out. You might be able to get early access to NFT drops before the people that don't have early access, but eventually the game's going to be free to play and you can buy skins separately. So like nothing about these NFT access passes are what you need to like get the NFTs that are worth money later. And then the other thing is these access passes or the founder pass that I have, which is now worth like $500, that allows me to have governance. Like I can vote on changes to the game. So like if you really care about the development of the game, the founder's pass matters because you have a say in the development of the game. But like how much do you care about the meta for Overwatch? Like are you going to be voting on which heroes they should be buffing and nerfing? Like as someone who plays these games, I don't engage actively enough to need governance in the development of the game personally. So like I don't think the founder's pass is even necessary. I only bought it to get early access to this stuff because I'm a streamer and I'd like to be able to play this stuff on stream. So for me, it makes sense to pay the $50 to get in early, but like, don't let FOMO win is all I'm trying to say. Like, even though I'm showing this off, like, it's worth so much money and it has an amazing team. Like, don't go buy a pass for $500 right now. Like, you'll probably never make your money back, in my opinion. But also, the pass is to be worth $1,000 tomorrow. I literally told Biscuit not to buy one. I was like, dude, these are overvalued. Like, the game's gonna be free to play. Why are people paying so much to get access for it? And then he was like, I don't know, man. Like, there's so much hype. I'm just gonna buy one, and it's gone up like 5x since he bought it. So like. That's why we don't get financial advice. I don't fucking know if the prices are going up or down for this stuff. I can just tell you, like, it'll be free to play later, and it's not that big of a deal right now. Like, has a small player base, and the game is like very bare bones. Look at it. Like, the skins don't even show up right now. If you buy an NFT skin, your character doesn't even get the NFT skin. It's not integrated in the game yet. So, like, if you really want to beta test this game, that's the only reason to buy it. But like, I don't see that being like a big enough motivation to spend $500 personally.
Yeah, it's a lot of money you're spending. Normally you get paid to beta test stuff, or you know.
Also, like I paid $50, which again, I was like, I will pay $60 for Call of Duty, and I did. And the last Call of Duty I bought was shit. So like, if I pay $50, I have ownership over this rare NFT, and then they actually release a decent game that I have a rare skin in. Cool. Like I'm willing. That's within my price range of what I'm willing to spend on a game. But $500 is just like, I don't know. That's too much. There's also 5,000 of those. It's a 5K instead of a 10K. So it's just like a lot of money that has to be pumped into this project. Like you need to find 5,000 people willing to pay over $500 to make money on that if you buy it. And that's not literally like you need to find one person, but like if you think of it more logically, like that's the amount of money that needs to be in that project for the not to be in a bubble. I don't think it's in a bubble right now. I don't think that's how much money is actually like invested in this stuff. I think people are just listing it way too high on sale. Then the other thing I'll say about this is Dr. Disrespect has like 1 million followers on YouTube and he streams all the time. So like a lot of the problems with a lot of these projects is there's no way to advertise to mainstream gamers, like reaching the gaming audience. They don't have the money to like get involved. Dr. Disrespect does have that audience. So like it's much easier for this game when it does become free to play to onboard real gamers than like anything on Wax. Like, and most NFT games are working with the NFT game streamers, which is different than Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect is a Web 2 streamer. So like he literally has 1 million people following him that are not necessarily interested in NFT games that could be onboarded to his NFT game. So I do think, like, I don't know, everything lines up for this project as far as like, as long as the game doesn't suck, this could take off. That being said, as I said, I bought Call of Duty recently and it was a trash game. It sucked. So like just because you have a bunch of AAA developers and a bunch of money doesn't mean you're going to release a good game. This game could still be fucking horrible. And that's true for any game. Like tons of big studios, Activision, like whoever, like they release duds. So just because there's money and just because there's a dream team doesn't mean this shit's going to be successful. So I feel like I need to, if I'm going to hype this game up, I have to also counter hype it because there's a possibility this game comes out, it sucks, nobody wants to play it for free, and it dies within like 6 months. That's a real possibility. That's a real possibility for every game that's ever released, whether it's NFT or non-NFT. So while I do think this project could have legs and has a lot of potential, that doesn't guarantee its success by any means. So I wouldn't just YOLO into it. Now I just want to play it, though. I'm watching him. Maybe we'll do this on Thursday. We'll play some Dead Drop because Friday I want to continue to do. I want to continue to do big time on Fridays, big time in Blanket. I think every Fridays.
We gotta, otherwise we're gonna get left behind. Fucking, you gotta level my guy up. Keep up with DNA.
Also, there's just no access for this. Like, I can't give you an access pass to play this. So like, getting people to FOMO on this is just getting people to buy into something I don't think they should be buying into at the current prices. So like, I feel weird promoting this as a streamer right now because people could lose on it financially if they buy into like those $500 passes. Guess what big time costs? Is $0. Your boy's an ambassador. I can onboard you for free, so I don't need to make people spend money to promote it. Guess how much it costs to play Blankos? $0. You can sign up and play for free and unlock NFTs. So I feel more comfortable promoting those regularly than something like Dead Drop, which I'm literally just funneling money into their developer team, which is like, it's fine, but like,
It's fine because I have an NFT.
Like, I want their game to succeed and I want them to make money, but like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like not have them make money, but also like, I don't think there's a reason to buy into Dead Drop right now unless you want to beta test it. Whereas like Blankos and Big Time, you can play for free and you can earn NFTs that make you money. So like, it's a much better risk. Like, there's no risk for those other two basically. All your risk is you wasted your time. This one you can risk money and waste your time. So I feel more comfortable for promoting the things that don't cost money.
Yeah, feel more comfortable just wasting time, not money and time.
I mean, that's the whole
These
point of video
maps are
games.
fucking huge, dude. Look how big this map is.
I also like the grappling hook and stuff. That was a real fun part about I bet he did that because he's into that game you and I were playing. You remember
Oh, let's go.
Is made by Hi-Rez, the people who made Paladins. Fuck, what was that called? It was like third over the shoulder. It's kind of like Gears of War. Rogue Company, that was the name of it.
Oh yeah.
But Rogue,
Wait,
remember all the
is he
zip
looting this
lines?
guy?
What?
He's looted. Did he just loot that guy's body? Like
Yeah, I
stole
think
all
so.
his shit? Okay.
But if you remember, Rogue Company had those zip lines everywhere. That's a huge part of Rogue Company, is being able to zip line from one part to the other. He designed a map in Rogue Company, and he had his own custom character. So like he was working with that team. So I bet he took that from that game and put it in his own game.
Okay. Extraction successful. For a second, I thought he was about to go into like an even further down part of the same map. I was like, no fucking way.
This is another big thing. That's how Blankos is. Blankos, you don't need a wallet to play. Like, your wallet is just your email when you log in. And I'm pretty sure Dead Drop is the same way. Like, I don't believe I linked a crypto wallet to Dead Drop. I bought with my credit card and I logged in with my email. So I don't think like it's a custodial wallet. So I think Dead Drop you'll be able to play without a wallet. NFL Rivals, Blankos is the same way. All of the smart companies, anybody who's been doing NFT gaming for more than a year understands how hard it is to onboard people outside of the crypto space. You cannot have to sign up for a crypto wallet first if you want to onboard people outside the crypto space. Point blank, your game will never work, which is why almost nothing on Wax can go mainstream right now. There's only a couple games you can even play without a Wax wallet, and all the smart games.
Be able to like get it on my app store. Like I need it on my fucking iPhone. There needs to be like an app like that I don't need to sign into with some external wallet or whatever. Like that's
I mean, as much as I shit on Our Planet, guess who's doing it well? Guess who can play Our Planet without a Wax wallet? Every single person in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need a Wax wallet. You don't need a Link Wax wallet. You just need a Google account or an Apple account, and that's how all of these
the way they do the like in-game NFTs works so well. I think too, where like you could just sign into the Wax wallet from like the website and like stake it to some contract, and then
the only issue with Our Planet is they're breaking the terms of service of the Apple Store, like 100%. So if Apple figures out what they're doing, they could get kicked out of the Apple Store. In my opinion, I'm not a legal expert, nor do I know the terms of service, but I believe you're not allowed to sell NFTs. You're not allowed to have an app in the App Store where you can buy NFTs outside of the app that give you a bonus in the app. That's like literally the definition of what you can and cannot do in the Apple Store. So you can have NFTs in your game in the Apple Store if they don't give you a bonus in game. It can't be pay to win. And because what they want is they want a cut of the NFT sales. They want you to sell NFTs through the Apple Store, and they get 30% of every purchase because Apple takes 30% of every single purchase from every app in the App Store, which is also fucking bonkers. They take such a high percentage. And then like all these NFT games are like, we don't have the margins to pay Apple 30% and still make enough money to pay our developers. So that's sort of like the issue with the Apple Store right now. But like basically like what our plan is doing is they're making all their money through Atomic Hub. So Atomic Hub is getting 2% instead of 30%. Apple doesn't like that. So if Apple figures that out, they're going to fucking kick them out of the store, in my opinion. I don't know how much they actually care, like, and how much they actually check that stuff. But I do think that is like a serious concern if you're like invested in Our Planet. Like if they get kicked out of the Apple Store, like how are you going to play their game? It's a phone app. And also like that removes the potential audience. Their game isn't built for a browser. It's built for phones. If you can't play it on a phone, like that's very, very not good for them. So I'm also not an expert, so I could have a misunderstanding on how that works. And maybe they did their due diligence and they're like, there's some sort of loophole that they're in that I don't know about. But to my understanding, they're breaking the terms of service of the Apple Store. And they're not the only ones doing it. There are other games like I think Realm might also be doing the same thing. So like there's also other crypto games I've played on my phone that are all breaking the rules. So like there's a bunch of NFT games doing that. And I also think the Apple Store rules are just wrong. Like you can't, Apple isn't the blockchain. I can't buy my NFTs through the Apple Store. So like, I don't know like how they're going to figure that out, but like you can't just bypass the blockchain entirely. Like, and you can't just loop the blockchain through the Apple transaction either. So like, I don't know if like companies are just gonna be like, hey, like we'll give you 20% of the tokens we make, like, and you can sell the tokens or something. Like, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but like they got to figure out a way that like the on-chain shit can benefit Apple so they don't get kicked off, or like none of this is going to work. But I also don't think it makes sense to like you can't be running all the transactions through the Apple Store that are on the blockchain. Like that's a crazy amount of like on-chain stuff that you're trying to link to off-chain, and it kind of like defeats the whole purpose of doing stuff on-chain. So I don't know, but that does worry me as far as like any of the games you're playing right now in the Apple Store. Probably like if Apple actually figures out, it's like Uplift with Minecraft. Uplift is breaking the terms of service of Minecraft. Microsoft just doesn't give a shit. They're too small. Like, but if they grow to the point where they're making a shit ton of money, then they can sue them and make money easily. So it's like, it's not an issue until they reach a certain threshold of success, and then it becomes an issue. But it's like, do you really want to invest in a project that's literally, if it becomes successful, it's going to get shut down? Like, that's sort of like how I view it. It's like, you're sort of like, it's sort of like honey. There's a built-in barrier to wax. So do you really want to ape into something that can't go above a certain number? And that's sort of how I feel about like Our Planet and stuff right now, is like, if it ever actually does blow up, like it's just going to get shut down. So like that worries me.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. But like, breaking the terms of services. Like if you lose your access to the Apple Store, you're definitely losing a huge part of your audience as an app-based game. But I don't know. They do need to like figure out a way around that. As far as like Apple and all these game developers, if they want to have like Web3 games alongside Web2 games.
I sort of think it's Apple that's the problem, if I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's the Web3 people's fault. Like Apple trying to make people jump through the hoops of trying to pay them 30% of everything is just like absurd. And also they have a monopoly on the Apple Store. You can't I don't know what percentage of users use Apple phones like in the world, but that's like literally just a percentage of people you can't access if you don't fucking play ball. So it's like very monopolistic in my opinion. And I guess you can do the Android, you can do the Google Store, but like again, you're missing out on a bunch of customers that way. Let's see. Let me Google what percentage of cell phone users use an iPhone.
I say like 20%.
There's 1.36 billion iPhone users worldwide. So that's 1 in every 6 people.
Oh, almost probably 20%.
Around 19% of the population. So
that was close.
You are missing out on 19% of the world's population if you don't pay 30% to Apple. Kind of seems fucked up to me. Like that seems like not quite a monopoly, but like pretty damn close to it. Obviously, like 80% of that traffic still going to Android and stuff, but like, yeah, it still sucks for developers.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Damn.
Kind of looks like a big mustache and a wig. That is exactly. He's not 19, but he is wearing a wig and that actually might be a real mustache. But like, if you don't know Dr. Disrespect, it is a character. Like, he streams as a character. This is not how he acts in his everyday life. And his character is the best gamer in the world. So he plays an overly obnoxious elite alpha gamer. And he talks about how great he is. And like, I don't know. I don't like his character personally. I don't enjoy watching him stream. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have a million real followers that like Web2 gaming. So like personally, not a fan.
Yeah.
He's also had a bunch of drama. Like he was like streaming at Twitch and was streaming at TwitchCon and he streamed in the bathroom. Like he's streaming. He got banned from Twitch permanently for streaming in the bathroom at TwitchCon, which is just like, it's kind of fucked up. Like people don't consent to being filmed in the bathroom and he's just live streaming that. Like, and like, so like had a weird thing where he like had to publicly admit to cheating on his wife via Twitch stream. Like, I don't know. He's had a bunch of weird drama and shit. So like, I'm not endorsing Dr. Disrespect as a person. He's actually kind of toxic. But again, that's the character he plays. He plays a toxic gamer. So it's hard to say what is the character and what does he actually think? Is he actually toxic? Is he playing a character for entertainment? Because like, you know, when you see a character in a movie who's a villain, you're not like, fuck that guy, he's an asshole. Somebody wrote those lines for him to be an asshole because that's the entertainment. Like a heel in wrestling.
It's the writer's fault.
You don't say the Undertaker is a fucking douchebag in real life, but yeah, he fights all your favorite wrestlers and makes fun of them. So like he plays the heel. That's his character. So it's very hard for me to judge like, is Dr. Disrespect just an asshole or is he just playing an asshole? I don't like watching his streams, but you know what I'm saying. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I feel like I'm just ranting about it.
No, I think that was it. I just wanted to like, we looked at the market, but I basically, my take on the market is I want to wait to find out what happens tomorrow at the FOMC meeting. So we'll have to get a more clear direction basically starting next week. And then we also went over the 100 wax thing and we wanted to look at like honey and what was going on there. So we did that. And those were like the main two things I wanted to like get into. The honey stuff was an interesting thing too. Random King makes a good point about the 19% of people who have Apple phones also have more disposable income than the Android users. I feel like that's pretty accurate. Apple phones are fucking pricey.
Yeah,
$1,000 phones these days.
Yeah, that's where Apple gets you to. You get all your shit stuck in Apple, and then you can't like none of your shit works if you buy an Android phone. So then you're kind of just forced paying whatever. They also don't release like, you know, the iPhone cheap version. There's only one version of the iPhone comes out every year. It's expensive as fuck. There's no like budget option. You're forced to just buy whatever new super expensive version of their stuff they have. I'm also like stuck in that cycle myself. My hardware only works with Apple. My like $3,000 audio recording interface only has a Thunderbolt plugin. So like if I want to use it at the speed it's meant to be used at, it only works with Apple computers, which means yeah, I have to buy a new $3,000 interface or like get an adapter, but then I'm throttling the speed and then I have latency issues. So it's like either buy another Mac computer after this computer dies or I have to spend thousands of dollars replacing the hardware that works with it. So I definitely am kind of like locked into that. And same with my software. My software only works on Mac and I've shit ton of plugins and stuff that work with Logic. So like I'm so invested in the Mac shit that I'm just like, it cost me thousands and like cost me close to like $5,000 to get my setup on a PC. So it's like it's cheaper to just buy another Mac, and that's where they get you.
Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. It's mostly like I'm really excited to find out what happens tomorrow. I think the markets have been chopping for the last like week, and I think we're gonna get a more clear direction like midday tomorrow.
I might end the stream early. I got 50 attacks landing in the next hour on our planet, and if I'm gonna actually do these attacks, I'm gonna be super preoccupied, not able to do the stream.
Yeah, that's funny. You gotta get ready to go to war.
In case you're watching this, Nico Pez, I'm coming for you, Nico Pez. NEG's coming for you, brother.
Yeah, you gotta make those memes too. The hammering into the nail meme.
We made that one. That one
Nice.
that one has been shared. I don't think they liked it. It got shared publicly. NEG right now, plus WZ. Shout out to my NEG and WZ brothers and our planet. We're stomping headhunters. Y'all might be named after a sweet ass Herbie Hancock jazz fusion album from 1972, but you're not tricking me. We're gonna stomp you out. They also today, some of them are trying to join our team. They're like, now that you're beating us, can we switch sides? And I don't know. I'm not really
fair weather right there, dude. I don't know if we have room for.
They weren't inviting us to join their team when they're making fun of us last week, saying we're weak and that we suck and they were going to beat us out of the game. So I don't know, you guys. Now that the tides have turned and y'all are kind of come crawling back to our team, I don't know if we're going to have the mercy because you guys didn't show us any mercy. So
cold-hearted, just like no. Stomp them. Send another wave.
I mean, if they weren't like openly mocking us for weeks, then maybe I would have a little bit of sympathy. But like, it's like when you guys are going to be really mean to us, and
looks like the shoe's on the other foot. That's the.
I've never raided into Bryson. I've never raided into Bryson before. He's one of the top NFT gaming streamers. He's playing Dead Drop right now. So.
Oh yeah, you can see. Let's see how many people are online because. The last couple of ones we saw were pretty empty, but it is
got 44 people online. But I'd like to do a collab stream with him one day. So say hello, tell him that Neon Space loves video games and wants to play Dead Drop with him, and then maybe we can do a collab stream. And he's got 50,000 followers. So if any of his followers follow us and like NFT content, Neon Space could grow. So.
Exactly.
They're not let him in.
Yeah, dude, they're trying, It's not gonna fall. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna fly today.
But thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back on Thursday. We'll talk about the FOMC meeting, and then we'll also probably play some Dead Drop and just do general NFT shenanigans. We haven't done a tier list in a while, so maybe I'll put together a tier list. I've been trying to not do those every week, but I'm feeling one. I haven't argued about food in a while. I'm feeling heated. All this our planet energy, I need to just yell about food for a bit. Help me cool down. All right. Have fun watching Bryson, everybody.
See y'all. Best hot dogs. Like LA dog versus Seattle dog versus Chicago dog.
I've got opinions on those too.
Yeah, I do too. LA dog's number one.